Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Wasteland Workshop. Today you guys, I am in the bar that burnt down, although it's not burnt down anymore because here's a funny thing you guys. I recorded about half of me rebuilding this bar as well as my intro, and the footage all got corrupt for some reason. I don't know what happened, but basically my video editor is not letting me use any of it, so I'm redoing the intro here. Unfortunately, a bit of the building is missed. But here is what the bar looked like in the last episode when it was burnt to a crisp, and this is what it looks like now. So we're going to be rebuilding this as well as something else this episode, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, you guys, I apologize that the video just kind of randomly cuts in where it does. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, sorry, my recording got interrupted. It's actually like a day later, and I'm back working on the inn. So I believe what I was doing when I left off was just filling in these floors with half slabs. I think that's how it's supposed to be. That looks good to me. That looks a little weird. Almost tempted to use Colin might hate me for this, but I think that looks better. Maybe it's just me. And then these guys here. Looks like we're looking pretty good here. Let's close the doors just to get an idea. We've got a rug there. You come in, and we need some chairs over here. So let's grab some chairs and some item frames and plop a few chairs down. This just looks wrong to me. I'm gonna rebuild this bar out of something different. Okay. I'm just not a huge fan of acacia wood. And I think I want to do the stairs now. So I think the stairs would make sense to use birch because that's what the floor is gonna be up here. So let's just finish up this floor real quick and get an idea of what it's gonna look like. Okay, and if we're gonna be able to see that, we're gonna want to use some of those, and I guess that's how that comes together. And then we're gonna need some of these logs here, and I'm not exactly sure how this comes across. I imagine that would just finish up there. And that would make sense for this to come across then. And then we'll put some of these. And fill all this in. We'll keep a 3x3 there. Gonna change this out like that. And then, yeah, that's fine as is. And then finish off these stairs here. I think that'll look pretty good. Or stairs floor. And it looks like this was some kind of table over here. So we'll go ahead and rebuild that. Okay. Not sure what this was. Okay. And then it looks like these were the bedrooms. So do I have birch there? I do. Okay. Finish that off, and it looks like we're pretty much good here. So what we'll do is we'll finish up all of this. Is that supposed to be birch? I'm going to change that to oak. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like this was like a master bedroom. And I feel like this was supposed to be bigger. So what I'm going to do is use instead of that, maybe. Well, see, it kind of looks like that's where he had it laid out. Like, it looks like there was some kind of something here. Okay, so maybe what it was then, maybe this. It's like the master bedroom. And then there's all this stuff in here. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. And then this would cut off there. Hopefully that's enough to get down. Put this in like that. Alright. That looks pretty good to me. Except there's no way to get to that chair back there, but that's okay. And then you come up here. There's a little chest back there. Does that block us off? It does, because we're not going to do that. And then up here, this is where we'd start to have all of our little doors and stuff. So what I'm going to do is grab a stone stair and a dark oak, no, spruce door. There we go. And every time I put a door in, I'm just going to go like that, inset it a little bit, make it look a little nicer. Yeah, actually, we'll leave that as it was. Okay, so you come in the master bedroom here, and what do we have? We've got a torch in here. We're going to need a bed. I'm definitely going to have to go through when there's different colored beds and put them in. Probably going to want like some kind of little side table here. And then I think we're going to do... No. How about for the master bedroom we do a double bed and then a little stand there, and then we can do a couple of flowers in here. Now keep in mind, we are in the wasteland, so there's really not much life left. So this is about as pretty as it gets in the wasteland. And I'm going to go to the player head repository real quick and see if I can grab a few more detail blocks just real quick here. Okay, I've given myself a bunch of player skulls here, and I'm going to decorate this room a little bit. So I want to put a candle there. Actually, that doesn't make sense because there's a torch right there. So we'll put a little chest in here, and we'll put this candle over in the corner there, and maybe just a bookshelf like that, and I think that'll be good. And then maybe we could put a little vase down. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think I'll get rid of that actually. And then in the next room here, let's just put all of this up in here. Okay, in the next room here, we'll grab one of these, put it here. And I think the way this one will work, so it looks like we'll have a room there, a space, a room here. Oh, actually it looked like there was actually a barrier here. So let's just rebuild that. And also one here. Yeah, okay. So that's 2 blocks, that's 3 blocks. And then door here. And then so that's one room there. And then I imagine either this or this would get into the next room, so it looks like it has to be that. And I think that's the last room in here, right? Yeah, so if we do one more right at the end, And that will be that. Okay. And it's a little tight in here, but that's okay. I'm gonna get rid of that. There we go. This is a pretty skimpy room. Actually, I almost like having the window broken. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is put a torch just right here to light this place up a little bit. One right there. Get rid of that. And go through and start putting in some detail in all these rooms. So, of course, we need a bed in every room. So we'll start with that. Okay. And then we'll grab a chest here, and we'll make sure there's a chest in every room. Okay, we're looking good, and I think there was a few chests in this one. Looking good. And then what we're going to do is make sure there's a little shelf in every room. And some of them I'm going to be making them out of acacia, other ones just out of regular logs. So I think I'm also going to use these guys in some of them. So for example, here there's not a lot of space, so what I could do is put a little shelf like that, and then that gives me space to put in another chest and maybe a bookshelf. So I can just put that in there. Oops. And that in there. And yeah. And then maybe I'll do the same thing here. Actually, this one has space to just put a little thing in the corner. So I'm going to use, let's see, cactus with one of these. And then I'll use the trapdoors again to give a nice little shelf up here where we can put some more stuff. So yeah, you guys, I may not be able to build a bar or an inn as good as Colin, but damn it, I can try, okay? I can try. And that's what's important. You know, Westcore always used to tell me, when I used to say, I just don't think I'm that good at building, Westcore would say, that's BS, man. You are good at building. Well, you know what, Colin? You majestic motherfucker. This one was for you. Okay, so in all seriousness, guys, I think I'm done with this bar area here. Hopefully Colin starts playing Minecraft again and comes back and makes it better, because it's not as good as he had it, I can tell. I didn't finish the little cellar down there. I'll do that at some point. The other thing is I want to do something outside. So I downloaded this Bowers camera mod or whatever, and the reason why is because they have this really interesting like time-lapse feature where you can you know, set a path and follow it around or whatever and go over a really long period of time. So I'm gonna try it out. It's gonna be my first time doing this, guys, so bear in mind it might not be perfect, but I have a build I want to do, and I'm gonna try it out. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, you guys, I think that's about it for this tower. I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse. I've never actually done something like that with my other account going while I build. I did it once, but not with the camera mod, so I don't know that the camera was actually lined up with where I was building all the time, but hopefully it looks okay. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this tower turned out. I decided to put like a little fire beacon on top. I'm not too sure how I feel about it. I kind of like the look of it. I like the idea of it, at least, of having like a signal for people to see around the wasteland. So let me give you a little tour. So the tower, of course, starts off with the original med bay, which you know, we would find. So let me give you the difference between this. This here is the guard tower. This here is the guard barracks. So this is where they go to hang out, have lunch, get their armor at the beginning of the day, put their armor to keep it safe at night. This is where they go to keep a watch over the city and potentially with binoculars watch over the wasteland to make sure that no big raider gangs are going to be coming. And if there is a big raider gang, then there would be some kind of siren they would sound, or they would light the torch, is the idea there. So lots of the plain parts are kind of scattered around the build. You'll kind of notice that as we go. So here we have the kind of entrance. Of course, you got the first little steps up. I'm probably going to be adding some details as we go along here too, because I haven't touched up the insides at all. And then we kind of have like this little empty cavernous room here, which I was thinking we would put like a few chests and armor stands over here. We can actually drop, maybe a chest and a crafting table. I think will look okay. If we just put like a, oh, I see. So what we'll have to do then is come in here with a different floor. We can still put a few things around here. But yeah, and then if you come up here, you've got a nice little lookout point where you can, you know, kind of see some of the city. You've got a little bit of cover in case there's, you know, shooters or whatever. And then you've got a little door there for protection and access to the wall. So you have a quick way to get to the city wall if you need to. And then the other thing is if you come up here, there's actually a bit of a spiral staircase. I should probably grab some stairs here, or some fences here, sorry, rather, and just kind of keep this a little safer. And then as you come over here, there is another little set of stairs to essentially bring you up to the highest point in the lookout tower, the helicopter. So now you have a good safe spot to sit down and look over the city if you want. And if you wanted to, you could come up here and you could have access to the actual tower or the actual torch or whatever. So yeah, overall, pretty happy with how this looks. At least I got the concept. This thing over here, when I was looking at it, it started to be really lopsided to me. Like the front end looked like there would have just been a lot to support. So I added these kind of braces to compensate for that, and then I also added this kind of counterweight, so it's as if there's like ropes here holding this counterbalance. So there's something, you know, keeping an even amount of weight to distribute the weight evenly across this tower or whatever. But I'm not sure how I feel about that. I kind of like the look of it. It makes more sense from this side. You see it from this side and it looks a little lopsided, but and then yeah, more of the plain parts. Yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I also put the fin, so if I show you that little rudder part, I put that right here, kind of supporting part of the tower as well, which kind of looks nice. And then it also becomes part of the stairs, funnily enough, so you kind of see part of it here, and then it actually becomes the stairs. So that's actually this piece here that we're looking at. So kind of interesting. I kind of like it. One thing I still got to do is touch up these player heads. I got to make them look like actual guns. And then I think the last thing I'm going to do is just put some little trapdoors there, iron trapdoors, to give it a bit of, you know, makes it feel a bit bigger. There's a little more walking space now, and also that's kind of a cool spot to hang out on. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today's episode, you guys. So if you liked today's episode, if you like the cinematics, let me know what you thought down in the comments section below. If you're liking this Wasteland Workshop series, let me know, because the feedback you guys has just been unreal. Like, I wasn't expecting anybody to really like this series as much as you guys are, so just thank you for all the feedback you guys have given me. If you guys have any ideas for the server, make sure to leave it in the comments section below. With that said, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye bye.